From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, we'll update you on several crashes that have happened recently in the area.
Plus, a large storm system sweeping across the country has spawned several tornadoes and blizzard warnings.
But first tonight, many requests before the Lincoln City Council meeting tonight. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. The council meeting tonight is set to hear several requests from developments that would make more housing available here in Lincoln.
The meeting will be held in a little under a half hour from now, and Channel 8's Jessica Blum joins us live ahead of tonight's City Council meeting. Jessica?
Hey, good evening, Rod and Megan. Yeah, we're out here in front of the City Council building tonight. Just ahead of that council meeting, there's a few things on the docket tonight that we've been waiting to hear more about, including the Lincoln Boulder redevelopment project that we have been talking about in the news lately. That's that building, the 22-story scraper that's supposed to go on 9th and P Streets, the plan to build an apartment and condos there. Well, there's been business owners that want to voice their concerns, so a hearing on that tonight. Also, more on the Pershing Center at 16th and N Street. That's been closed since 2014, so the city planning to replace it with apartments and a library here in town. So we're hearing a request tonight to move some funds, including $2.5 million from affordable housing grant funds for the demolition of that building, as well as a historic church also putting a request tonight to change zoning for that building, also wanting to turn it into apartments, a business, maybe even a daycare. So we're going to bring you the latest coming up tonight at 10. Of course, we're reporting, and for now, reporting in Lincoln, Jessica Blum, Channel 8 News.
All right, Jessica, thank you so much for the update. And as she mentioned before the City Council meeting tonight is a request to change zoning for a historic church.
Channel 8's Veronica Barreto explains what the plans are for the United Pentecostal Church. Veronica?
The church building is located near 30th and Holdridge Streets. The owner says they want to preserve its historic value and also find a purpose for the building. It was built in 1921 and is architecturally significant in Lincoln. The church has been on sale on and off. The owner says repairs are too expensive for any church or religious organizations. He says he wants to add housing opportunities. The building has 20 parking stalls for future residents.
However, that church has been for sale off and on for the past several years, no takers. And so I saw an opportunity for this church to preserve it, to make it into possible other uses.
The developer says that they are asking the city for a change of zone from R4 residential to R4 residential with landmark overlay. The city will make a decision today on the zoning changes. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I will have more on other plans for the building.
All right, Veronica, thank you. We'll look forward to that update. For most of this afternoon, Lincoln Police were asking people to avoid the area of 36th and Van Dorn Streets.
There was a standoff at a home in that area. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson joins us live from the scene with the very latest. Mackenzie?
Yeah, that's right, Rod and Megan. I'm right off of 36th and Van Dorn. We did just speak with Assistant Chief Jason Stilley. He gave us a little bit more information about the standoff. They did arrest 36-year-old Stephen Schiffermeyer of Lincoln, and they said that he's going to be charged with terroristic threats and misuse of 911. So we're going to be going a little bit more into that. Behind me, you can see that he did have the doors ripped off the hinges, but Stilley says that he did come willingly into custody. They did arrest him a little after 4 o'clock, and we'll be hearing a little bit more about what he's going to be charged with and why. They had a warrant out for his arrest, and they did say that they did have to they did lock down Southeast High School, which is near here, for a little while. They were here trying to apprehend Schiffermeyer for about 3 hours, so we're going to hear a little bit more later tonight from Assistant Chief Stilley about what went into this operation, and they did have to call in SWAT as well. So we'll be hearing from Assistant Chief Stilley more later tonight at 10, and we'll be keeping you updated on air and online at klkntv.com. Reporting at 36th and Van Dorn, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
Mackenzie, thank you very much for that live report. In other news tonight, one person was injured this morning in a crash involving a garbage truck near Waverly.
That's right. It happened on Highway 6 near the I-80 Waverly interchange around 10:15 this morning. A state trooper said a vehicle went through the intersection there and did not yield to an oncoming garbage truck. A passenger had non-life-threatening injuries. A part of Highway 6 was shut down while authorities responded to the crash. We're also following several crashes caused by some slick roads this morning.
One was in northwest Lincoln where a car rolled onto its roof. It happened near West Benton and Northwest 52nd Streets a little before 6:30 a.m. Lincoln Fire and Rescue says the car slid on wet roads before hitting a parked Jeep and then flipping upside down, as you can see. We're told the driver of that car has minor injuries and had already gotten out of the vehicle when first responders arrived. He was still taken to the hospital.
Even though it's warmer weather, even with the rain last night, there's still a little bit of slickness on the street. Just remember that it's still winter and it's still slick out, even though it's nice. Slow down, pay attention, drive safe.
Officials don't know yet how fast the driver was going before colliding with the parked Jeep. The driver was the only one involved in the crash. No one else was hurt.
Around the same time, there was a wreck just north of Lincoln. A minivan ended up in a ditch. This happened near North 14th Street and Mill Road. The driver appeared to be okay. No word on what caused this crash, but as with the previous one, roads were slick in the area, we are told. We also have new information on a crash in South Lincoln that heavily damaged a pole.
Police believe the driver hit a curb, overcorrected, and then hit the pole. It happened around 10:30 on Friday night near 20th Street and Pine Lake Road. 2 of the 4 people involved in the wreck were taken to a hospital with minor injuries. The driver was ticketed for reckless driving, and we're told speed did play a role in this crash.
And Lincoln police are also investigating a crash after a car nearly drove into a lagoon late yesterday. The accident closed down a lane of Fletcher Avenue in North Lincoln around 5:30 last night. Our crew found the car at the edge of North Hills Lagoon. It was towed away around 7 o'clock. An Omaha woman was killed Saturday morning in a crash with a semi-truck north of Grand Island.
The Hall County Sheriff's Office says the crash happened just before 10 a.m. at the intersection of Highway 281 and Chapman Road. They say the car hit the semi, which was in the process of turning. The driver of that car, Lila Wilson, again from Omaha, was taken to the hospital where she was later pronounced dead. The driver of the semi was not hurt. Police are still investigating.
The Nebraska State Patrol arrested a man after a hit-and-run crash led to a pursuit in North Lincoln. It ended near 40th Street and Mill Road. They say 62-year-old Donald Roth faces a lengthy list of charges. He was treated for minor injuries and then taken to the county jail. An investigation into the incident remains ongoing. We have new details on a suspected homicide in Marquette, Nebraska. That's just north of Aurora.
The State Patrol says 47-year-old Jeffrey Adams is facing second-degree murder for killing his wife. It all started around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon when the sheriff's office was called to a home on Carnahan Street. Inside, they found 49-year-old Angela Adams dead. Her husband, Jeffrey, was not there at the time. An SP says he later turned himself in. They say during an argument, Jeffrey hit Angela several times and then left. The investigation continues. Back here to Lincoln, some University of Nebraska College of Law students gathered for a presentation by a lawyer and a formerly incarcerated man. The presentation was put on by the Black Law Student Association.
And law students got to hear the story of one man who was convicted of first-degree murder when he was 17 years old.
I was able to get resentenced after a series of United States Supreme Court decisions, starting with one in 2012.
Shakur Abdullah was 17 and sentenced to death, but the Nebraska Supreme Court changed that to life back in 1977. Then the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that sentencing minors to life without parole is unconstitutional. He was resentenced and then later released. He now shares his story to try and get young law students to see the social injustices in society.
If I can help maybe spark some interest in their mind about working on some of the social ills that exist, I think it's important for me and others to come and do that.
During the presentation, he talked about how his situation was similar to Ernest Jackson's. Ernest was resentenced too in 2016 to 60 to 80 years. He isn't eligible for parole until 2029.
Time now for a check of our weather. Rusty, it was so nice to hear that thunder rumble through last night.
That was fun, especially when you can dodge the severe weather aspect of it. Just have a good old-fashioned shower and thunderstorm roll through. It was fantastic. And today, not bad. Temperature-wise, we didn't struggle too much. We got into the 50s, almost 60 in some spots, but outside right now, plenty of sunshine. Shones Roofing at South 6th Street and Perkins showing lots and lots of sunshine, and 55 degrees in Beatrice. We're at 59 in Dawson and Falls City. Nebraska City a touch cooler at 53. No 60s on the map right now, but a lot of 50s. 53 in Nebraska City, 50 in Grand Island, 56 in Hebron, but still some cooler air to the north where there's still some snow on the ground, 38 degrees in O'Neill. The wind is out of the north. It's been a pesky wind too. It's 10, 20, gusting towards 25 to 30 miles per hour, but notice the wind gusts starting to die down a little bit. 26 in Lincoln, 21 in Hebron, and that's it for registered wind gusts. So it does look like that wind is going to start to die down as we head through the evening hours. Quiet out there, no cloud cover. That we will see an increase in cloud cover as we head through the evening hours, but I think we'll see mostly sunny skies through 6 p.m. and 46 degrees, 42 degrees by 8 p.m. and 37 degrees with partly cloudy skies and a northwest wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. So we're going to cool off a little bit, but we lose the wind as we head through the next couple of days. So we'll take a look at a mild 7 to 10 day forecast in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Rusty. Thank you very much. While we may have dodged the severe weather, many across the country have not. 42 states are on alert for strong winds, heavy snow, ice, and avalanche danger.
More than 250,000 are without power. Multiple tornadoes reported overnight in the Midwest.
A tornado has been sighted. Take cover immediately.
There was a possible tornado near the University of Illinois. Students taking shelter. And in Oklahoma, thousands are without power after several tornadoes touched down across the state. High winds knocking down power lines. People urged to take immediate shelter.
I got up and then the wind just threw me back and I'm screaming. It was like a blizzard inside the house with all the debris flying. And I was screaming for my kids, you know, because they were in their bedrooms. I didn't know if they were hurt or anything.
It would be a scary situation. This is all connected to the same sweeping storm system the one that brought those rare blizzard warnings to the mountains of Southern California earlier in the weekend, and then tornado threats to Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Kansas yesterday. Coming up, we're going to have the latest details on President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan.
It's now facing some legal threats. That story after the break.
Battling off the germs.
Now to Capitol Hill, the future of President Biden's federal student loan forgiveness program now facing two critical legal threats. Does the president have the authority to wipe away or reduce nearly $500 billion in debt?
Biden's student loan forgiveness plan would cancel up to $20,000 for some borrowers who earn less than $125,000 per year, or households with less than $250,000 of income per year. Across the country, the financial futures of 43 million borrowers now hang in the balance. The High Court taking up two separate lawsuits filed by two borrowers and a group of 6 Republican-led states, arguing the president's plan is an illegal abuse of power and is unfair to some borrowers.
Why is it that you think that the government should pick up that tab?
I think that everyone has a right to say how their taxes are being spent. I feel like taxes are for the greater good, and this is for the greater good.
So people knew what they were doing when they signed it, and they should pay it off.
The administration argues the president has the authority to carry out his campaign promise using executive authority under the pandemic emergency. The Supreme Court is going to begin hearing arguments tomorrow. The housing market surprised analysts with pending home sales climbing more than 8% from December to January.
That's right. The reason for the uptick is likely because mortgage rates fell during that time. Now keep in mind, this data is more than a month old. For the past several weeks, mortgage rates have been on the climb again. The average 30-year fixed is a little over 7% now, and that's about 45% more than a year ago.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
So thunderstorms rolled through late last night and some spots early this morning, but overall hit and miss, some a lot more than others, but like Nebraska City at 3/4 of an inch, over an inch in Falls City, and there were some spots on the other side of Columbus and Grand Island that likely saw about an inch, but in between, anywhere from about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch seemed like what most spots saw. 3300s at the Lincoln Airport. Now I live on the exact opposite side of the airport. I live in Southeast Lincoln. I only saw about 21 100s, so kind of depended on where you were at. About 1/4 of an inch in Beatrice, Aurora, about the same thing, a little more in York, and about 1/2 an inch in Columbus. So much needed. We'll take if it's not in the form of snow, fine. Form of rain, that's just fine. Now, if you wanted to know how much snow that would have been, just move the decimal place one over to the right. I've been doing homework with my 10-year-old daughter, so that's mostly sunny out there right now and comfortable. 52 degrees Southeast Community College, 51 East Campus, the airport at 53 degrees. The wind speed is anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's starting to fade though. The wind gusts were a lot higher earlier. They're still up there though, 23, 26, 28 miles per hour. But I'll zoom out and show you that that's about it. The rest of the state starting to calm down for wind gusts, still 26 miles per hour in Lincoln and Hebron at 21 miles per hour. Very quiet out there right now. Just a few clouds in parts of western Nebraska. Otherwise, mostly clear skies. I think that cloud cover will start to increase by 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Might even see a spot shower mixed with snow every now and then. Not a big deal. That fades away quickly, then maybe another snowflake or two for north central Nebraska. There's a few more right there. There's just enough moisture out there that we could see an isolated spot, mainly north and west, for the occasional rain or snow mix. Most of the state, though, should remain dry. There's another chance, and a little line here Tuesday afternoon into the evening hours of rain snow mix. That should move off to the north and east. No significant chances for precipitation for a little while. There's going to be a chance coming up in the 7-day forecast, which I'll show you here in a second. But first, temperatures tonight, not bad. We should be in the lower 20s. I think we'll be in the middle and upper 20s. 27 Lincoln, 28 degrees in Beatrice, Seward, 27 Columbus, and Nebraska City. So a lot of 27s out there. We'll call that mild. I mean, it's not really warm, but it's a little above average. Increasing those clouds as we head through the overnight. I think tomorrow will really depend on how much cloud cover you see. Right now, this particular forecast model is showing more clouds north, fewer clouds south, so middle 50s here, middle 40s here, and we're kind of in the middle because I think we'll see a mixture of clouds and sun. We'll go for 50 degrees in Lincoln and say partly cloudy, but first part of the day might be more cloudy than the second half of the day. The key here though, not as windy, so even though it might be just a few degrees cooler tomorrow than it was today, not as windy, and that will make a big difference. Southeast wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. So a couple of 50s to end February and begin March. Then a chance for a little rain-snow mix on Thursday, kind of a decent chance there too. Doesn't look like it'll amount to much, but I think the chance is pretty high that we'll see something. 37 degrees, so much cooler, but then we bounce back quickly Friday, Saturday, middle and upper 40s as we head into the weekend. Then on Sunday we get back into the 50s with 55 degrees, 56 on Monday. Then the next chance for precipitation comes our way by the middle of next week. So not a whole lot in the way of precipitation over the next several days, but a pretty mild 10-day forecast.
That first clap of thunder last night kind of shook me a little bit.
Yeah, at first we thought it was trains.
Right.
You know, we hear those a lot in Lincoln, but then it happened again and we were like, nope, that's thunder.
Oh yeah, I was so excited.
All right, thank you, Rusty. A positive day on Wall Street today. The Dow and NASDAQ each gaining 72 points. S&P adding 12. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
This week, the major
Tonight, astronomers have spotted something surprising outside of our solar system. It's what they are calling a forbidden planet due to its unexpected size. NASA's Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite made the discovery.
Researchers say the planet is about the size of Jupiter and is about 280 light years from Earth. They say it is extraordinary to find such a large planet orbiting a smaller star. Scientists now plan on observing the planet using NASA's premier James Webb Space Telescope. And let's get one final check with Rusty too before we head out. Rusty?
It's going to be fairly mild the next couple of days. So we are going to take a little dip as we head towards the end of next week, but overall, pretty mild 10-day forecast ahead. Aurora, your Penner Bathing Solutions cam showing still windy out there, just not as windy as it was earlier, and that wind will continue to decrease as we head through the evening hours. Right now it's 53 in Lincoln and Beatrice, 46 in Columbus. Aurora, you're at 45, 46 in York, and 43 degrees in Norfolk. So a little cooler in some spots, a little warmer in others, and that wind is starting to die down. But no clouds. Unless you head into western Nebraska, there might be a couple out there, but overall a very quiet evening out there for cloud cover. 50 degrees on Tuesday and Wednesday, a tad cooler on Tuesday. We almost got to 60 today, so we'll be about 9 or 10 degrees cooler tomorrow than we were today, and then we'll do that again on Wednesday. Both days though, Tuesday and Wednesday, not much wind, and then a chance for some mixed precipitation coming our way on Thursday with 37 degrees. But hour by hour for tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures in the 20s by 6 a.m., 41 degrees by noon. I think we'll get to around 50 by the middle of the afternoon and then drop back down into the 40s. Notice that wind, sustained winds are not going to be too high. We're looking at maybe 5 to 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. So we could see some wind gusts around 20 miles per hour, but nothing like today, which was around 30 to 35 miles per hour. So 50 degrees is a few degrees above average, and we're going to continue that for the next couple of days.
All right.
Thank you, Rusty, and thank you for joining us.
Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Less driving, more winning. Warhorse Casino Lincoln is now open at Highway 77 and West Denton Road.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness.